My name's Anagha and I go to Lehigh. My modification for this lockbox is adding a bunch of all my code for putting all these components together and also like adding modification code for like extra things I wanted to do for like a main menu. So the first screen is select password and I can choose 3 passwords. So like maybe if there are multiple users, they can pick it. And then a forgot password, if like you forgot your password, it'll send an OTP to an email or a phone. So I'm just gonna select the first password and enter, and wait, I'll scan the wrong fingerprint and then it prints that out and then gives you how many attempts you have left. So each time you get it wrong, it lessens the attempts. So I'm gonna do the right one right now. And it goes to like, it unlocks, you can hear that, and then it goes to a main menu full of different options like change password, add a password, enroll fingerprint. And then I can press 0 to get more options. It sends you to a new main menu of like different things, and I just keep pressing 0 to switch between these. So the next options are relock, forgot password, view all passwords, and delete a fingerprint. So right now I'll just press delete a fingerprint, and then you can just pick a number and then press hashtag, and then it deletes the ID3, and then it sends you back to the menu. So I'll just relock for now, and then it goes back to the start screen when you relock. So here I'm just gonna press hashtag, and then it prints out sending OTP, and it sends an OTP to my laptop. So for this, you can send OTPs through email and through phone, but for phone, like some of the websites most need like passport identification, which I don't know if it is safe. So I held off on that for now. And for email, I just created a new email for this and send a code to my email. Okay, so the email did send um, to my laptop, and it has the OTP, and I already entered that in, but basically when I enter it in, it takes me to the main menu, and since you press it for like OTP for forgetting the password, I can like press view all passwords on my thing, and I can see like my passwords and like remember them. Obviously I don't print out the entire password on here because like for safety reasons I don't want to display the entire thing, but I print out the last 2 digits and then have like a series of asterisks, so like this, like password 1, and then I use a substring to print it all out. So for my code, I'm just like doing all defining everything here, and for the email credentials, I'm defining everything for the simple mail transfer protocol. So this is like defining for each like variable or like name, I'm printing out like what I have, like author email. This is the email of the ESP32. And for the email to work, you need to create a new email for this and then send that to your actual email. And then I'm just like defining a lot of stuff. And so this is my send email OTP. And I'm doing a SMTP session instance, an SMTP email instance, and then a debugging like thing where it's like checking if the email sent successfully or not, and you do need this because it like also lets like us know if it's sent or not, otherwise it'll just be stuck in that stage. And then this is setting up the email server session. This is like composing the format for the email, like how it should send to me, like your OTP is blank. And then I'm just calling the generate OTP method. And then this is checking if it connected to the mail server or not. And then this is checking if there's an error sending the email. And then I'm calling the method error reason and printing that out next to it to like know why it didn't send. Then I just have like a bunch of methods before my setup, and in my setup I like say which
pin is connected to what in my ESP32, and I have my normal screen. And then in my loop, I just have my main menu, and then for each like thing on my main menu, I have a separate if statement and like a bunch of other code, but like it's pretty simple. I just have an if statement. I call methods from before my setup, or like just write code if it's like I don't have a specific method for it, just to like make it work. And so my challenges for this was I originally had an Arduino, and most of my code for that was set to like Arduino libraries and stuff, so I had to change it because not all libraries are compatible with both, and like software serial doesn't work, so I had to change it to hardware serial and more stuff like that. And also wiring was very different because like not all pins work. Like LCD screens only work with 2 specific pins, so it was like kind of confusing on an ESP32 because it's a very different and I think harder to wire in my opinion than an Arduino. And those were all my challenges. It wasn't that bad. And my plan for my next thing is to maybe like be able to send OTPs on messages, because I did want to do that originally because that's cooler, but like to do that I need to like verify my identity by providing my passport to like a site which I don't know is like safe for me to give my passport to like random sites. So I will try to find like a different free place that I can send messages on, and that's all.